Guys, it's Ken. Welcome to another episode of Get Prepped for Podcast, where we talk with voice actors, nonprofit leaders, and business owners that are going to be in the new game. Get prepped. Today, we have one of the voice actresses with us. You probably know her from several crime shows, specifically Criminal Minds, General Hospital, NCIS Los Angeles, Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2006. She is Diahnna Nicole Baxter. Thanks for coming on, Diahnna.
Hi, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Absolutely. My first question for you is, what has been your favorite role to take on in your acting career and why?
Wow, my favorite role in my acting career. Well, that's 20 plus years to think through. But I think my favorite role was the role of Connie. And it was actually a play. It wasn't film, it wasn't TV, but it is my favorite role, so I'll speak into it. So it was a one act play called Snow Angel. And it was just two actors in the play, Connie and the John. And Connie was just a very deep character. She was a survivor. She was a street worker at the time. And it really is about this man who tries to come in and pay her to reenact the first time he met his first love. But it goes awry. And the research that I did for that character, the women that I interviewed to get more of a truth in my body about her lived experience, it took me to places in myself that just really stretched my heart and also my talent as an actor to be able to embody her, not judge her, find the love in her life. And yeah, very few people saw that one act play, but Connie from Snow Angel was by far my favorite role ever.
I can understand why. That sounds like a very powerful story. I'll have to look up that play. My next question for you is, how did you get into acting? Normally, I would ask, how did you get into voice acting? But the game is actually going to be your debut voice acting role.
Yes, it is actually, which I'm very excited about because I've always been told and that my voice is very unique, what have you, and I my TV career was busy and I just never really went into voice. So I'm really excited about this. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
How did you get into
Oh,
acting?
get into acting. Okay. So that's an interesting story. So I always wanted to act, meaning I really caught the bug in high school. I had just moved to San Diego for high school from Minneapolis. I didn't know anybody, and the drama kids were my favorite, like that group of people, right? So started taking drama class, and we had a play that we did, and two things happened with that. It was the Crucible, and there was only one role. The lead role I wanted to go out for, but they basically told me that I couldn't because I was black, therefore I can only play Tituba. And so it did two things for me. It gave me purpose. I loved acting, caught the bug. I just loved stepping into the shoes of another life. And the other thing was my mission to really create more opportunities or continue pioneering more opportunities for women of color on stage, off stage, on screen, off screen. So that's kind of where I caught the bug. And then in college, I still acted in plays there, even though I didn't major in acting. My family at the time was like, what are you thinking? That's a pipe dream. Like, that's not realistic. That's not the route you're going to go. But secretly, that's the route I wanted to go. So I went to Duke University undergrad. I double majored in literature and African studies, minored in women's studies. Everything was still revolving around women. Um, and I applied for a Fulbright at the end in my senior year. And I kind of asked the universe, and I was like, if I get this Fulbright scholarship, I know that I'm meant to go the path of getting my PhD. At that time, I had gotten a full blown scholarship to go get my master's and PhD. If I get the Fulbright, then I'm meant to go that route. If I don't get the Fulbright, I'm moving to New York City and I'm going to pursue my dream. So I didn't get the Fulbright. And then I really got started in New York, really diving into my craft. Um, Studied under Lily Lodge at the Elaine Aiken Actors Conservatory, and then really started doing off Broadway plays. So that's kind of where I entered the acting world. And then the off-Broadway play that I did was called Pieces. It was a number one off-Broadway hit, and we brought that to LA, and that's how I ended up in LA. And in that particular off-Broadway show, every woman wrote her own piece. So a lot of my career outside of a lot of my TV work has been me creating, writing, creating my own art as well. I won an Emmy award in 2006, was nominated in the following year for a web series that I co-created, co-wrote, starred in. And so really my trajectory as an actor has always kind of been a way, it's been a healing pathway, a creative pathway. And I've always just loved exploring stories of other people. I mean, I was a total book nerd growing up. Books were my best friends. So even before the acting bug hit, storytelling was a huge love of mine.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you wouldn't let me have. Do you have it around so I can see it?
Oh yeah.
Or
Ready?
oh, that's impressive. It's not every day you get to see an actual Emmy, and that was for best drama.
Yes. So so you got to remember this thing is heavy. You got to remember it was 2006. So this was the beginning of YouTube. This was Hulu just launched. Um, Everybody was watching short form content. YouTube was still a lot of cat videos, but it was the birth of, at the time they called it webisodes, that became web series that has now become Netflix, right? Streaming. It was the birth of streaming content. So at the time, the category for this particular Emmy was, what was it called? Broadband program. Like this is how early days of web this was. So outstanding broadband program in drama because it was an interactive thriller, right? At the end of each episode, we'd give the audience a choice. It was like choose your own adventure books on what the main character I would do next. And they would email in their votes. I mean, this is even before Facebook, you guys. So it was very innovative at the time. But yeah, so this is outstanding broadband drama. Yeah, for Satocracy 88, Diahnna Nicole Baxter, writer, actor, executive producer.
Yeah, that's amazing, and that was definitely a treat. Thank you for showing me that. My next question for you is: what's a challenging or funny experience that you've had on set that you want to share with us?
Oh my gosh, a challenging or funny experience on set. I mean, the best things on set are bloopers. When I was earlier on in my business, like in the business, I would get so scared if I forgot a line, or I was still, as a young actor, very much in my head about nailing it, getting it perfect. And once you've been in the business for a while, you realize that there's no perfect, actually, it's quite boring. And the bloopers are often the most, when you're really in the moment, you just allow what happens to happen. And then if it goes off the rails, you allow that and follow it. It's so much fun. But I'm trying to think of a very specific incident, and nothing's coming straight to mind. But I do love when mistakes on set where we can all just laugh it off and have fun with each other. But yeah, I can't. I might have to come back to that question because maybe a memory will come up, but not off the top of my head.
All right, sounds good. I love bloopers myself. My last question for you is: if you could voice any character, past or present, who would it be and why?
Ooh, Billie Holiday. I would voice Billie Holiday. I still have a film that I actually wrote about her. There's been lots of works about her, but I love her voice, not only as a singer, but her rhythm and the way she talks. She has a sailor's mouth. She's not afraid of saying what she actually means or feels. Um, and yeah, her voice is like music. It is music. It's raspy. It's well lived. Um, but there's still a high tilt to it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a, I would love, love, love to voice her, play her one day.
Yeah, That's definitely a unique answer. I've got an high-level jazz music. Billie Holiday's a legend.
Yes, total legend.
All right. Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much to Diahnna for coming on, sharing her story, and showing off an actual Emmy. If you guys want to see more amazing episodes of Get Prep podcasts where we talk with nonprofit leaders, business owners, and voice actors that are going to be in the game, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Get Prep channel or scan this QR code on my screen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.